Hey kiddos. So today you guys are doing some orbital diagram practice. I wanted to just give you a brief overview of this assignment because you're going to open it and there's going to be quite a few slides, but they should go really fast. I wanted to point out a couple things. Okay, so when you open this up, you'll make a copy as always. And we've done a couple of these now with the interactive slides with your electron configuration, so this should be nothing new. I did just want to point out I left some instructions in here, so if you see this little icon that says read, there's nothing you actually have to do, it's just some background information for you. Okay, so if it says read, you just read it. Okay, now it will tell you in each corner what you're supposed to do. All right, and if there's something that doesn't say read, it means you do have an activity on that slide to complete, okay? Now, there are a few slides that go over the different rules for filling in orbital diagrams. So we've got the Aufbau principle, the Pauli exclusion principle, and the Hund's rule, and it basically just asks you which of them does not obey each one, and so there's a little it's A or B. So literally you just type in here A or B, and that's going to be for 6, 7, and 8. For 9, you just take a look. So you review these 3 rules, and then for 9, there are 4 boxes. 2 of them are correct, 2 of them are incorrect. So you're just going to drag and drop, and basically you're just seeing which one of these follows the rules and which one doesn't. Okay, so just make sure, like I can already tell there's some issues with like this guy right here, because remember we have to fully fill the energy levels before we can go up. For 10 and 11, you are just creating your orbital diagram. So you're following these 3 principles to fill your orbital diagrams for these 4 atoms. So in these cases, you don't actually have to do the electron configuration. It would be good to do it just so you can double check yourself. But remember, the atomic number is the number of electrons. So those are the numbers of arrows you should have. So like for fluorine, you should have 9 arrows filling up, and you should be following these 3 principles with those 9 arrows. Okay. For 12, we're just matching the orbital with the correct electron configuration. Again, this one should be pretty easy because you don't have to actually figure it out on your own. Like for the example, this one is 1s2, right? It's the 1s and there are 2 electrons, so it's 1s2. This one, 2s2. So this one would be 1s2, 2s2, right? So and these are pretty simple because it shows you the sublevels and the orbitals, and then it shows you how many electrons are in each. Okay, so that's where that configuration comes from. Right, so the 1s is for the energy level, the shape of the orbital, and then the 2 tells us how many electrons are in there. Now for this one, you have to type the configuration, but you can just use this as an example. And then that last one is just a longer electron configuration. So it's chromium, same thing as you did before, it's just a little bit longer. You should have 24 arrows that are filling, and remember you fill up first, so up arrows and then down arrows. And then the biggest thing here is remember when you get to like the P sublevels or the D sublevels, you have to fill the arrows first. So like for example here, you want to make sure you go 1, 2, 3 first. Of course, these are going to be filled before you get to your P's. I'm just reminding you guys about the higher energy subshells. And then you go back and you fill, okay? And then that would be for every single orbital as you move up, okay? So just make sure you are filling in those same spins in the boxes and then going back and doing opposite spins. Okay, that's pretty much it. Like it walks you through, gives you that background information. As long as you've done your notes, this should be pretty easy. Like I said, I know it looks like quite a few slides, but it should go really quick. I mean, this shouldn't take you more than, I would say 20 to 30 minutes to complete. 30 might be a lot actually. 20 minutes should be kind of how much time you're spending on this. Okay. All right, if you have questions, let me know. You can always come to office hours and we can go over them if we need to, but I just wanted to point out those few things.